LSU 4-0 in the LSU Invitational in their last tournament. And it's a 3-2 to Coffey, lined in the left center field, but right at Sarah Perez over at shortstop, and that was a great job for McCleskey to battle back.
Says the best thing in the world. And she saw 6, and luckily a little pop out to short.
0-2 to McCleskey, inside, called strike 3. There's the first for Tricia, and that's a big punch out, 2 outs now in the first. Going to the little cut
ahead.
Falls behind to Bajaran as the 1-0 grounded off the glove of McCleskey to Sarah Perez. Will she have time to throw a bit too high? And doesn't matter either way. It'll be an infield single for Bajaran.
All right.
This is the 8th ever matchup between Cal State Fullerton and LSU. That will rise upstairs, and that will be ball 4. So 2 on for the Tigers in the first for Mackenzie. Past couple of starts was solid against Cal through a complete game in the Mary Nutter, but really threw a lot in that tournament as well.
Yeah, towards the end of tournaments, right back to McCleskey. Great job for the Titans getting out of the inning.
So they had a single and a walk, no trouble for McCleskey versus the Tigers. Did softball in that Mary Nutter Classic, started to turn her season around in the leadoff spot. Almost every starter that the Titans have today hitting over 300, and Crystalline Romulo will draw a leadoff walk.
It's a great start. Great start for the top to throw the ball. They have to make sure that they get you out.
Perez was 4 for 15 in the Mary Nutter Classic, trying to turn her season around as Romulo will take off for second and beat it by a step. And just like that, the Titans will now be in a 2-ball, 2-strike count with Natalie Lozano on deck. Perez is just 5 for her last 28 at the plate. But can give the Titans an early lead. Will chase upstairs. What would have been ball 3 is now the first out of the first. Natalie Lozano, 359 on the year, 2 homers, 14 RBIs in a hitter's count. His line 1 to shortstop. That'll be under the legs of Hodge, and that will allow Romulo to move to third. And that's over in right. Tori Edwards at first. Bajaran behind home. Avery Hodge is the shortstop. She just committed the error there. Now a big chance. Has taken off for second is Lozano, but she is caught in her tracks.
Wow.
And that's in the cover off the ball. And a chance to give the Titans a lead versus the nationally ranked LSU Tigers as this is skied. At first base, it will stay in play for Tori Edwards to make the second out, and that's it.
2 will be busy all day.
A 3-2 to Lopez. Right on the corner, called strike 3. And that's how the bottom of the first will come to an end. The Titans do get some runners on, but the freshman and her father, Robert, actually got drafted in the 32nd round by the Houston Astros.
Well, that definitely has a little lineage there.
Yeah, probably helps her out a little bit.
And see what they can, if they can earn it. I mean, sometimes you take the chance that they can hit the ball far. Like
that ball is crushed out to right field, and that thing is off the base of the wall. As Kate Verhoefer will treat it in quickly. And getting a late jump, though, at first was McGee, not able to score, but the Tigers will have him at second and third. Just the 11th game she's played on the season. Will ground 1 to shortstop. That'll be up the middle and produce at least 1. As rounding third, coming home to score is Leno, and that will be a 2-0 Tiger lead on an RBI, a 2-run single, I should say, from Sierra Daniel. The bottom half of the lineup doing some work early. Two-time national champion at Oklahoma. Played 119 games with the Sooners in her first 2 seasons as she grounds 1 to second. McClinton will go the short way as the runner will advance.
Now get that first out.
Big pitch coming from McCleskey. Has 1 strikeout today. Could very use a second. That's low in the zone and just under the knees.
Wow.
I'll put him at the corners now. 15-hitter season to go with the Rebels. As Lassiter will ground 1 to first. RC has 1 play, that's to first, and great job from Ava RC.
Good job of keeping that. Oh, that runner did score. Oh, no, she didn't. Okay,
yeah,
sorry, I'm watching the play. How last year they started 24-0 and ended up 12-12 in the SEC. So, you know, it's one of those cases that if you can nick them early, that could be very beneficial. Great approach. What a great approach there by McClinton.
To his unranked. As Colby McClinton, a great at-bat, will ground 1 off the glove of Heavner, and that's just a little bit of bad luck for McClinton.
Not much you can do about that. Put good wood, as they say, on it.
As a team this year, which is by far and away the top in the Big West. They've been really seeing the ball well, and that average, 348, is top 25 in all of NCAA as Cosillo strikes out.
Yeah, that's one of those, again, that low strike where
laughable numbers.
It really is. I mean, I don't. Ooh, Guevara, Titans get another base runner.
LSU's 2025 class was really, really good. They have a lot of good freshmen. The lefty Kate Verhoff, who looks to change up her season with one at-bat as that gets well away. And there's that command you were talking about, Jim, and she just cannot control that rise ball.
Yeah, there's just something going on with that. I don't know if it's her release, all of them, but some of them.
The ones we're allowed to share.
The ones we're allowed to share.
Bright sign for Verhoff. She's on base with 2 outs, and the number 8 and 9 hitters for the Titans get on base.
That's
now,
what has
once
to
again,
happen.
Jim, they have 2 runners up.
I'm voting on having a great inning.
Let's do it. Why not? 3-2 to Romulo. Outside, ball 4, and that'll load him up for Perez.
2 walks in the inning, or 2 walks in the game for Romulo, and 2 strikeouts. I'm thinking that's going to be low, and 2 strikeouts looking.
Another 3-2 to Perez upstairs, and that'll be ball 4. And Sarah Perez works an 8-pitch walk and will drive home the first Titans run. And that is how you manufacture a run without getting a hit.
Not too often you can say that, but it is great to see. And then you've got, I believe we're going to have us change now. See 2 strikes before I swing the bat.
I agree. 3-0 to Lozano. That'll be outside.
Wow,
Ball 4, and
we
we'll
are
tie it
tied.
at 2. 4 straight walks for this Tigers pitching staff.
That's something, if you asked me what I would see, I wouldn't have.
RC with 7 doubles on the year. That's also top of the Big West. As the 1-2 line back up the middle, and that'll be a base hit. Romulo will score. Sarah Perez rounding third, and she will score. A 2-run single for who else but Ava RC.
That is a great at-bat. We were just talking about how to keep your bat going, how to keep get to the next player. What a great job. And you've got still runner in scoring position.
Those runs are charged to nominee as Alexia Lopez.
Got her on her front foot. Get out of play. No.
LSU dugout. It will stay in play, but how about a 4-run second inning for the Titans as they find themselves up 2 to the LSU Tigers as she exited early. And 3 walks today for McCluskey as Edwards will fly one down the right field line. Natalie Lozano in right will make the catch near the line.
And I think 100, just below 500. And there's a ball.
There, Kate Verhoff in the gap, and she runs it down.
That is some speed. It's not just fast, it's that quick twitch. She's getting to the ball that first step.
The Tigers in the second. First pitch swing and ground ball right to Colby McClinton at second. And how about a 1-2-3 for Tricia McCluskey? 5 straight LSU Tigers retired. Gina Oaks Garcia. Judy Garman, the national champion back in 1986 with this Titans team, as Colby McClinton will draw a leadoff walk. See if McClinton will be off on the pitch. A 3-2. She will stay put. Cosillo's a grounder through the left side. And now the Titans have the first 2 on to begin the third. Again, just another great at-bat.
Yeah, really driving their bunt situation. Are we going to see some movement? Yep, see a bunt. It's going to be a great bunt. It's going to be, and that's going to be an error on the pitcher.
Yeah, ball took a little weird hop.
It did. It took a little spin on it, yeah. I might give that a base hit myself. But
not an ideal bunt from Guevara. Popped it up, but it had some nasty little side spin. Take a look at this. When that ball hops, it goes right back to her right hand, her throwing hand. And she bobbled it, and the Titans will have them loaded. Promise to this Titans roster. In a 1-2, Stevens a grounder to the left side. McClinton wasn't running, and actually a very smart play by Colby McClinton. Either way, she was going to be dead in her tracks, but they don't concludes. But better yet, let's try and knock LSU off for their first loss of the year as Romulo grounds one to shortstop. Coming home with it is Hodge, and they will get 1.
Forcing them to make a play, though. I'm not against that. Let's make them make a play.
Don't want to look back at this inning at the end of this game and hope that this will not be the deciding factor as Romulo put that in the rearview mirror in a 2-2. Into center field and coming right in is Lassiter as the Titans load him up but fail to score with nobody out. And the Titans will still lead this one 4-2 as we go to the wood. Drag the field with her Corvette. Is there anything like that at all?
That is an amazing. I mean, I've drug 1,000 baseball fields, and I'll tell you, we've done it with everything, but never a Corvette.
Daniel drove home 2 in the second. Runner at first for the Tigers. Now they've got something rolling in the fourth as they get a ground ball to second. McClinton will go to Perez for 1, who snow cones it and touches the bag. That's a huge out.
Okay, get that force.
3-2 for McCleskey. Grounded to first, and that will be through the right side. And the LSU Tigers will have 2 on. It's the number 9 hitter, Avery Hodge, coming up clutch.
Put them in a worse position than they are right now.
At 3-2, line drive to shortstop. Perez handles it on the backhand and will flip it over to Cosillos. And Sarah Perez, what a great shortstop she is.
That's a great job. Also, it's a great job.
Don't want to let the Tigers extend their hands at the plate. 2-2. Inside, checking her swing. Did she go around? She did.
Wow.
Back when, just over a decade ago. As Lozano will ground one to the 5-6 hole. A long throw from shortstop.
Wow.
Wow, what an impressive arm strength for Avery Hodge.
That is some serious speed from Hodge. They're going to have to just take it a game at a time, but they've got all the talent to do it.
You know, Ava Arce on base for the second time today, draws a 1-out walk. Starting to become one of the more fun players. Lopez, a strikeout in the first, a flyout in the third. And she will ground one off the glove of Coffey to the shortstop, Hodge. And they can't get an out anywhere, so you said no better time than now. I mean, she was listening to you.
It kind of worried me for a second. Home with a single.
0-2 to McClinton, way upstairs, and that'll get to the backstop, and the Titans will advance to second and third.
That will work as well.
They've had a problem controlling the rise ball today.
Yeah, going all the way back into their knowing that if they can do this against a top 5 team, they should be able to do it against everybody.
2-2 to Colby. A squeeze is on. McClinton gets the bunt down. The glove flip home. Not enough time. Colby McClinton, a suicide squeeze. And now in the middle of the base pass, and the Titans want to create some more havoc as the throw home. She beats it out. McClinton wants to go to third, but she is gunned out at third. But 2 runs come across to score. Are you kidding me? It's 6-2 Titans.
Great opportunity, being aggressive by Coach Oaks Garcia. Definitely never, ever take your eye off the ball. They make the play at the plate, and then they turn around, and as they're throwing it back, she never stops. Here comes the replay. You'll see it. She tries to do the glove flip. She's already safe. And then she walks away from the plate. Nobody there. Tries to get in a rundown and decides that she can make it there with it.
My goodness.
That brings up Sarah Casillos now.
Bases, nobody on for Cosillos, who will pop this one up, and this will end the Titan half of the fourth, but 2 come across and make it a 6-2 Titan lead. And
build in the circle. Build, build, build. Pound the zone.
Bajaran with a line drive to Colby McClinton, who will handle it at second. And 1 up and 1 down to start the fifth, Jim. But how good has Trisha McCleskey been through 4 and a third?
Amazing. Just a lot of times you'll see that in softball. The field's close enough where they can pop in real quick and say something.
Pitches inside. It's a 1-out walk. Not only is Tori Edwards having a good year, but just a redshirt freshman.
Not a free aspect of that. Ruta Day.
McCleskey gets a ground ball to McClinton at second. The flip to Perez for 1. The relay not enough time.
Fielder's choice there for Ruta Day. Takes Edwards off the base paths and brings up Maddox McKee, designated player.
And she hit .306 with 6 homers, but really shown up her power her past 2 years. 11 homers coming into the season. As another 2-2 called strike 3.
Wow.
Trisha McCleskey with her 3rd strikeout of the game. 0-4 versus ranked teams. 3-0 to Guevara is up high, ball 4, so Clopton will walk Guevara on 4 pitches, and once again the Titans have a runner on.
And that's brought home some runs.
2-2 to Kate. Pops this one up, left side of the infield. It will be Coffee at third, and then we'll have one out. Back to the top we go.
Well, I like first 9 at-bats for the top 3 of the order.
Mulo sky-high fly ball in the center. And that will be caught outside at shortstop by Avery Hodge. Going to the snow cone here on a... Mentioned Jaden Heavner, the starter, just went 1 2/3 and gave him 4 hits. His center Perez trying to get on by a bunt, but hits it right back to Tatum Clopton, who works a scoreless 5th. But the Titans still leads versus UCLA, and so far much of the same. The pitching was a lot better versus UCLA, as we get a ground ball to McCleskey, and
wow.
What kind of spin was that?
What kind of voodoo is that coming out of LSU? Wow.
You see Leno even smile.
But you can get a little force out here.
The back pick from Lopez almost got into right, but it does. It's off the glove of Ava Arce, and Alexia Lopez maybe trying to do too much up by 4 runs.
Yeah. That's
She started versus Oklahoma, and she works a ground ball to Arce. No one covering the bag. And
wow.
2 balls that haven't left the infield, haven't really been past the first base bag. They now in trouble in the 6th. As the 2-0 now make it 3-0 with Danica Coffey on deck. The runner will advance.
4-run lead. Those last 2 runs were definitely a bonus for McCleskey. Maybe give her a little longer leash.
Let's load them up. Time run comes to the plate. Coffey's been on base twice and grounds one to the right side. Ava Arce will have 1 play, and that's to first.
Okay.
And that is okay. That run doesn't mean much, as you said, Jim. Be a 6-3 now game, an RBI from Coffey. So now she's in danger of snapping out of her.
She can work a strikeout here or get it out without any progression.
Lassiter, ground
That's
ball
all
right side under the
Oh.
glove of McClinton, and it's an error as 2 are trying to come home and score, and they do. Is now caught in a rundown as Lassiter to the back pick at first, and they got her. But a crucial error from McClinton.
They're going to call it. They're going to
6-5.
call obstruction on Arce. That she caught the ball in front of the bag, didn't give her a place to the bag. The same call was earlier. It's too bad.
So Titans can't even get an out. We'll try and take a look at the replay. Easily both runners score. And yeah, that right foot from Ava Arce was in front of the bag. Is what you're taught to do as a first baseman. But
for years, and then they changed.
Yeah, he is. Knows he's on television, and that's another walk from McCleskey, and that might be it.
That might be it.
With Leanna Garcia going in the pen, LSU.
If they can make a force out at third or at second, keep that lead runner off third base.
Edwards, a grounder to shortstop. Perez will go to third for 1, and they'll get the lead runner.
I'll just
hit hard enough, Jim.
I'm gonna keep talking about it so it happens. So apparently, no.
Excuse me, 0 for 2, I should say. No, I'm right, 0 for 3. Right the first time.
Yeah.
That ball's off the mid of Lopez. The runners will try to advance. The throw down from Alexia is too late. And now the time run.
She puts the ball in play, no problem. Hasn't really crushed the ball. Even Maddox McKee next is walked, grounded out to second, and struck out. And there we go.
Yeah, fly ball to left field. Romulo will handle it. So it wasn't easy for Trisha McCleskey. LSU gets 3 back.
Yes.
Lozano will watch strike 3.
That's not the same pitch it is when it's strike 1 and 2. But we'll take it, I guess. That's a strikeout call. It's going to bring up 8. We will see number 6, 7, and 8 for the Tigers. The bottom part of the lineup, which hasn't been quiet, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, they've been good.
I'll try to get that inside. That's what she's got in the last couple strikeouts. Nope.
Cut on and miss. Strike 3 as Tatum Clopton strikes out the side in the 6th. Can the Titans defeat the LSU Tigers, who are 15-0 on the year? We'll find out in the 7th on ESPN+.
Hit, or they'll put look for that deep bomb.
Hurtado, a 3.76 ERA on the season, does not have a save. This would be her first collegiate save, and of course,
far inside and take the chance of hitting the batter.
3-1. outside ball four. Sarah Perez can't believe the call either, and the Tigers have 2 on with nobody.
You decide to put her in that situation. You can't get her off the hook. You've got to let her go after it.
Needs a ground ball, needs an out, as Daniel will drop a bunt right in front of Lopez, who will snag it, throw it to McClinton at first, and there's the first out, but the runners advance for the top of the lineup now. Or excuse me, Avery Hodge. Great sack bunt from Sierra Daniel, first out.
Now Hodge has been, you got to at least give her an opportunity to swing the bat.
What's the freshman made of the 3-2 inside? Foul. Did it hit her hand or the bat? Looked like it, by the way she's reacting, obviously, looks like it hit the hand of Hodge.
Yeah.
First.
Well, that kind of gets where we were talking about before. Now you have bases loaded, still have 1 out, so you're looking at times to have their errors as well.
The 2-1 is skied to the left side of the infield. This will help out the Titans, as right there to make the catch is Cosillos, and there's 2 down in the 7th.
Oh, down to it.
Lead trying to move to 12-5 on the year. It's a 1-2 from Leanna Garcia. She got her strike 3.
Awesome.
The Titans have done it. They've defeated LSU. The number 5 ranked Tigers are now 15-1. And how about that, Jim? A 6-5 win.
Amazing. What a great opportunity for the Titans. What a great, great clutch situation coming, bases loaded. Leanna Garcia paints the corner. Called strike 3, victory for the Titans.
Trisha McCleskey moves to 5-3 on the season, and Leanna Garcia picks up her first save of the year as the Cal State Fullerton Titans defeat LSU for the first time of the 2025 season. Jim, just a perfectly coached game by Gina Oaks Garcia.